Well, that was a tremendous game in the sense that it took a ton of concentration to compete for, I guess it was 4 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, so that's a real compliment to the fight in both teams. Obviously, it's not the kind of game you probably anticipated, knowing the types of pitchers that both teams were putting out there. Two extremely talented pitchers, and you probably anticipated a closer game, which I kind of thought it'd be a low-scoring game. But we did a great job offensively against a tremendous pitcher. I thought that we continued to be competitive throughout the game, scoring, I guess, in what was 5 consecutive innings there to finish. John really gutted it out for us. Probably not his best game, but you know what? He took us to the 7th inning. And at the time, we tried to get one more out of him because we thought that he had it in him. He's given us 7 and pitched in that 100 to 115 pitch range 2 or 3 times this year. And they did a great job there in the 7th of hitting some balls hard. So I thought Johnny did a good job. He gave us what we needed, which was a quality start, and he did that. So the bullpen tightened it down from there, and we kept scoring to push them off as they kept roaring back at us. So if you watched enough ball games today on TV, you know that this time of year no one's going to roll over, and every single at bat and every single pitch is highly contested. That's why it's the NCAA tournament, and that's the kind of game you saw tonight. So I'm proud of our team for being amazingly competitive up and down the lineup, and I compliment Fullerton for fighting us all the way to the last pitch.
John, have you ever been a part of triple play before?
Nope, that was the first one. That was pretty cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, can you just talk a little bit about how much momentum that helped your team, keeping them from getting on the runs right after you guys had them in the third?
Yeah, coming out there first, get the first 2 guys on, nobody out. That's a tough spot to be in. Thought they were gonna bunt, and they didn't get it down the first pitch, so they tried to hit and run there. I made a good pitch. He hit the ball off the end, and the stars just kind of aligned there, and just had a nice, easy throw to Donnie for second out, and then triple play. And I mean, that's definitely a huge momentum shift. 3 outs, 1 pitch. That does not happen often. I think that kind of just being able to go out there and throw up 0 after we scored, that was huge. And I think that kept the momentum going for us.
John, how huge was it for you to get that early lead?
It's always nice, especially facing a real good pitcher like Garza, to put up a 3-spot there early in the game. Definitely helps me out, allows me to pitch with a lead, and that's what you want. And I was able to get our team as deep into the game as I could, and offense just kept scoring, picked me up. Didn't have my best start, but the offense, that's the story of the game. They just kept going and kept going, scoring a lot of runs on a good pitching staff.
Tanner, what was the key for you guys in terms of being able to get hits off these guys? They're pretty good coming in statistically for sure.
Just don't chase bad pitches. Try and get the ball up. Try and get a good pitch you can execute with, and try and see it deep because they're working outside. So try and work later, hit the ball to the opposite field, and try and drive runs in.
Josh, you feel pretty good about how your pitching set up here for the end of this thing?
Well, every day's a new day, bud. I'm proud of the team's effort. We'll collect our thoughts here after this press conference, and I'm sure we'll have an idea of what our options are, how we want to approach tomorrow, and obviously we'll learn about our opponent as the morning progresses. But I feel good about our team, and I just feel good about their grit. That's a tremendous effort by our kids, and it was an awesome crowd, and that was just an awesome setting for us as a team to walk out in front of that, which was, I think, the biggest crowd we've played in front of here, right? Would you agree? Yeah. Agree, John? Yeah. Maybe other than the spring football game crowd where folks packed this place up. It was a great setting for us, and we responded to the challenge. So mission complete as far as today goes. We'll look at tomorrow, and again, I'm sure we'll be facing a ball club that'll let it all hang out in terms of effort and grit, because that's what tomorrow's all about for all of us. So we'll be ready to go, though, and I do think we've got a number of kids that can make pitches that are certainly better than being in the doubleheader spot. We were in that spot last weekend, and that was a grind. So we'll look forward to resting a little bit and sleeping in maybe a little bit more than we did today, and show up ready to go.
Coach, what can you say about the balance of your offense tonight? You had 6 guys with multiple hits.
About as good as I've seen in a long time. considering the opponent and the quality of the pitcher we were facing. If I'm not mistaken, that young man threw a no-hitter last time he pitched. Is that right? So he's highly known for his body of work in 2 years in college. Tremendous pitcher. We were awfully tough, awfully tough, and that's all you ever want to see out of your players. And really, when they scored, I guess it was 6 runs from the 6th inning on, it didn't really serve as much since we continued to score right alongside them, and that's huge. The home run by Connor, the base hit by Craig, the way Saul and Donnie there at the end punched some doubles, and Tanner got the run home. I mean, that's awesome baseball. That's what this is all about.
How difficult is it, Coach, for your hitters to? I mean, you're facing a team that throws a lot of strikes, but yet you want to be somewhat patient and not just go hack at everything.
That's a real fine line, extreme happy medium you've got to maintain. We came out aggressive. We were in that mindset that this young man pounds strikes on with good stuff, and we need to be ready to compete with him from the first pitch. And we were. And but at the same time, we showed enough control of ourselves that when the ball wasn't in the air we were looking for, that we were able to let it go and maybe wear him out a little bit. I'm not sure that's the right word, but he threw 95 pitches in less than 5 innings. So talking about a young man that has thrown 9 innings on 95 pitches. So we made him work hard. It was a humid night, and we showed discipline, which is something that we've been preaching ever since we came here 2 years ago. The importance of not only hits but walks as they create innings and set you up for big innings if possible. So kids did a great job. They were in the moment from start to finish.